Poznan may be well loved by locals, but for many international travelers, it's still a hidden treasure. This vibrant city in western Poland combines rich history, colorful streets, iconic traditions without the tourist crowds. From pastel merchant houses to imperial castles and stunning churches, Poznan offers something unforgettable around every corner. It's beautiful, affordable, and packed with character, perfect for curious travelers looking beyond the usual European hotspots. Ready to uncover Poznan's hidden gems? Let's dive in! The Old Market Square is without a doubt one of the most beautiful and vibrant squares in Poland, and exploring it is the #1 thing to do in Poznan. Established in 1253, it has served as the city's beating heart for centuries. Back in its earliest days, the buildings here were made of wood. It wasn't until the 16th century that the narrow brick houses we see today began to shape the square's signature look. Among the most eye-catching features are the famous merchant houses, once wooden stalls where traders sold fish, candles, and salt. Their bright colors and ornate details, which give the square its lively character today, weren't always part of the original design. The colorful facades were introduced during the post-World War II reconstruction efforts to restore and brighten the square after much of it was heavily damaged. Dominating the square is the Poznan Town Hall, widely considered the most impressive building in Old Market Square and an absolute gem of Renaissance architecture. While the stunning structure we see today dates back to the 16th century, the town hall's roots stretch even deeper, with its origin form first built in the late 13th century. For centuries, it served as the seat of local government right up until 1939. Today, it houses the Museum of the History of Poznan, where visitors can explore fascinating exhibitions covering the city's evolution from the 13th century through 1954. However, it's not just the elegant facade or museum that draws crowds. Visitors come to see Poznan's iconic spectacle, the head-butting goats. Every day at noon and 3 p.m., two mechanical goats emerge above the clock tower and butt heads. At each corner of the square stands an ornate 18th century fountain, each one depicting a figure from classical mythology: Mars, the god of war; Proserpina, goddess of spring and the underworld; Neptune, god of the sea; and Apollo, patron of music and the arts. The square is also home to several notable museums. These include the Museum of the Wielkopolska Uprising of 1919, which tells the compelling story of Great Poland's struggle for independence, as well as the Museum of Musical Instruments, one of a few of its kind in Europe. The Archaeological Museum offers a deeper dive into history, showcasing everything from local prehistoric artifacts to ancient treasuries from Egypt. Just off the square, the Croissant Museum celebrates Poznan's iconic St. Martin's croissant, a traditional pastry protected by EU law. It's more a show than a museum, with lively baking demos and storytelling that let you see how the croissants are made. Planning to visit? Be sure to book online in advance. Check the link in the video description. Step beyond the square into the Old Town, a district where every street seems to tell a story. Poznan's long history as a key political and cultural center is visible in the architecture around you. Medieval buildings remind visitors of the city's origins dating back to the Middle Ages. In sharp contrast, the elegant Art Nouveau buildings with their flowing lines, ornate facades, and floral motifs reflect a period of modernization and prosperity in the late 19th and early 20th century, when Poznan, then known as Posen, was under Prussian rule. This era saw a wave of urban development as the city expanded economically and culturally. Many of these buildings house banks, merchant residences, cafes, and cultural institutions. Just a few steps from the old market square on a small hill stands the Royal Castle. Originally built in the 13th century for Poland's first monarchs, the castle has been destroyed and rebuilt several times over the centuries, and it suffered heavy damage during World War II. Today, the castle you see is a modern reconstruction that houses the Museum of Applied Arts. Your ticket also includes access to the castle's 43-meter high tower, where you can enjoy panoramic views of the old town and its surroundings. Just next to the Royal Castle, tucked away from the main tourist path, stands the Church of St. Anthony of Padua, also known as St. Antonio's Church. Built in the 18th century by the Franciscan order, it was part of a larger monastic complex and remains a beautiful example of Polish Baroque architecture. The Imperial Castle is one of Poznan's most iconic landmarks. Built between 1905 and 1910 for Emperor Wilhelm II, it was designed in neo-Romanesque style to symbolize imperial authority. Despite its name, the building functioned more like a grand palace than a traditional fortress. Originally a German government seat, it later served as part of Hitler's wartime headquarters during World War II. After the war, it became a cultural center. Today, it houses a cinema, concert halls, exhibition spaces, cafes, and the Museum of the Poznan Uprising, June 1956, which tells the story of the city's anti-communist protests. The Church of Saint Stanislaus, commonly known as Fara Church, is one of Poland's most outstanding examples of Baroque architecture. Completed in the 18th century, it ranks among the largest and most impressive churches in the country. Be sure not to miss the church interiors, where you'll not only find old paintings and sculptures, but also an old organ with almost 2,600 pipes. To see the church from another angle, I highly recommend visiting the beautiful courtyard at the City Hall at 17 Kolegiackie Square. No visit to Poznan is complete without a trip to Ostrow Tumsky, the island where stands the Poznan Cathedral, the oldest in Poland. Though rebuilt many times, it remains a striking blend of Gothic, Romanesque and Baroque styles. Inside the Golden Chapel, beneath gilded domes and mosaics, lie the tombs of Poland's earliest rulers. A short walk brings you to Srodka, one of Poznan's most charming and creative neighborhoods. Its highlight is the Srodka Mural, a vivid 3D artwork celebrating the district's history. Freedom Square is one of Poznan's most iconic and vibrant public spaces, located just a short walk from the Old Market Square and Royal Castle. Once a military parade ground, today it's a lively public space where locals come together for seasonal fairs, open-air concerts, demonstrations and citywide celebrations. Framed by grand 19th century architecture, Freedom Square offers a striking blend of history and elegance. Among the most notable buildings is the neoclassical Radzyński Library, one of Poland's oldest public libraries, founded in 1829. At the center of the square, you'll find the Fountain of Freedom, a striking modern installation that adds a touch of contemporary design and makes a great spot for unique photos. Bordering the square is the National Museum in Poznan, one of the oldest and most important art museums in Poland. Inside, you can admire an extensive collection of Polish and European masterpieces with works by artists such as Jacek Malczewski, Jan Matejko and even Claude Monet. Don't miss also the nearby Teatr Polski, one of the oldest and most prestigious theaters in Poland. Established in 1875, today it continues to host a wide range of performances. Just a short walk from Poznan Old Town, Stary Browar is much more than a shopping mall. It's a stunning fusion of history, architecture and contemporary culture. Built on the site of a 19th century brewery, the complex blends red brick industrial charm with modern design, earning international acclaim for its unique style. Opened in 2003, Stary Browar houses over 200 stores, including major brands, Polish designers, cafes, and restaurants. No visit to Poznan is complete without sampling its local flavors. Start with the iconic St. Martin's Croissant, a flaky pastry filled with the white poppy seeds and nuts. Try the authentic version at Cukierna Hanna Piskorska, just by the Old Town Square. Chocolate lovers will adore Cacao Republika on Zamkova Street, famous for its rich hot chocolate. Craving for pizza? Olio Pizzeria Napoletana serves true Napolitan pizza in an elegant environment. For traditional Polish food, head to Piero Garna Stary Mlin for delicious handmade pierogi in a cozy, rustic setting. And for the perfect Polish pork schnitzel, visit Wiejskie Jadło, a true taste of tradition. Thanks for watching! If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more travel tips. Don't forget to check the video description where you'll find my recommended tours in Poznan to help you make the most of your visit. See you in the next video!
I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change,